and the site was packed with people who were working incredibly hard. And one of those groups that's working incredibly hard every day is our colleagues at LG&E. Liz Pratt is here with us today from LG&E to give an update on their response and some timing about how things are going to happen. So please join me in welcoming Liz Pratt from LG&E.
Good morning, and thank you, Mayor Greenberg. So as Mayor Greenberg said, our crews and business partners have made significant progress in the last week repairing our damaged electric and gas infrastructure. We have replaced the natural gas line and service lines along Grade Lane. We are now closely coordinating with Louisville Metro Emergency Services and responding agencies on site to determine when customers can safely access their properties. We've begun reaching out directly to our customers along Grade Lane to let them know electric and natural gas service is now available. Again, though, this will be a closely coordinated process for customers to schedule a time to safely visit their properties. At that time, we will perform additional testing and begin restoring natural gas service at their locations. There may be circumstances where, due to damages, a customer may have to have repairs made by a certified professional before their service can be restored. As we wrap up work along Grade Lane, our gas crews and business partners are now replacing the gas lines along Melton and Knopp Avenues. On the electric side, our crews continue working to get service restored for customers along Melton Avenue. As cleanup efforts progress, we'll continue shifting the remaining affected areas along Knopp and Able Avenues. Again, we appreciate our customers' continued patience, and we're working to make every effort to restore service safely and as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Liz. Now to give a general update on everything that's going on at the site in addition to the LG&E work, please join me in welcoming Jody Myman, who's the Director of our Emergency Management Agencies at Louisville Metro Government.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, so, my hat's off to LG&E. You just heard the update there. I mean, when they first started to evaluate the scene, it was, they had let us know it could be a lot more time, and the effort that they put into it, they've become a really, they've been a great partner, and they're really ahead of schedule. I've mentioned before that we have a phased approach with this. We've got 3 phases to try to get businesses that are affected back into their locations, and we're happy to say that phase 1 to business owners and their customers is going to be open tomorrow, and that's from Don Hudson Boulevard south to the outer loop. So we're going to open that up. We're going to move our security checkpoint back. There's going to be signage, but again, it is for businesses and their customers only, and they are again working with LG&E to get gas restored to that location. Phase 2 of the businesses that are north of Don Hudson to Crittenden Drive on Grade Lane, and they're being reached to by LG&E to get their gas services, and then that'll be a phased approach to get those businesses. Some of them are already in there working with their employees, but that'll be a phased approach again to get them in with escorted privileges so that they can begin work. And then our phase 3 again is the site, Melton Avenue and Knopp Avenue and Able and Hawkins, where it's directly surrounding the aircraft site itself. So we're working with them. Again, they're still getting escorted privileges in, sometimes on a daily basis, with the Louisville Metro Police Department on site who's coordinating that. I mentioned challenges. The good thing about the challenges that I've mentioned in the last several press events that we've had is the contractors on site, both local and national, they're identifying these challenges even before they happen. So, an example of that is the contractor that's picking up the aircraft debris. They're getting into a location where there's a lot more of it, and they're bringing in extra personnel so that they can overcome and it doesn't slow them down. Obviously, the weather has affected it, but like the mayor said, there's hundreds of contractors that are on site working daily to get these businesses back in. The Community Resource Center will be closed on Thursday and Friday this week. week. The hotline that you can call still will have a recorded message that can take people. We want businesses to still continue to fill out smart sheets and give information about your specific needs to your business so that we can identify that and potentially help you out getting into those locations. And then one of the biggest things, especially to the businesses, is rumor control. We've heard several dates and months and how long this is going to be. I want to reiterate, don't listen unless you hear it come from us. Don't believe anything you hear out there as far as the time period that this is going to take. We have operational period meetings every Monday we talk about the goals and objectives that have been accomplished over the last 7 days. And then all the agencies that are a part of this are coming in with their goals and objectives for the next 7 days. And this is changing on a weekly basis to the good because so many contractors are ahead of schedule. And like I said, they're throwing as many resources as they can. Again, that's the update from the site, and we'll continue to do this on a weekly basis. Thank you, Mayor.
Stay here for questions, maybe. Before we go on to the rest of the press conference this morning, why don't we stop there and take any questions that the media might have specifically related to the crash site and the things that Jody and Liz and I just mentioned, if there are any. Yeah, Addie.
Jody, you were just talking about the timeline. Do you have any updated timeline after yesterday's meeting?
We don't. And like I said, I don't want to say a timeline because I don't want to be held to that. And things are happening so quickly. They're changing so much. Again, they're still experiencing some challenges. But we expect as time goes on, the resources that are thrown together, that those time periods are going to start to crunch down together. Like I said, we didn't expect to have Don Hudson South open this quick. So, the work that's been going on by all of our partners has been phenomenal.
What about the environmental cleanup? Are you still having to pressure wash all the vehicles and dump the sand and stuff like that?
Yeah, I appreciate the question because that's one thing that's keeping on the phase 2 is some of those buildings are still being cleaned off by the contractors. So environmental cleanup is ongoing, with the entire site, but by several contractors that are on site.
What's on the building?
There may be nothing on the building. They're just making sure that there's no residual from smoke, from particulate that may have settled down during the fire. There is some oil that got to some of the buildings and was on some of the bottom parts of the building, but they're just making sure that there's no remnants of anything before they release it back to the business owners.
When do you think that we will be allowed to take our cameras, our drones, and get back into that site?
I have no time frame for that.
We heard earlier, I think last week, you were doing some sampling along the creek for contamination. Have you gotten any of those results back yet?
That would be better for MSD, and I don't have those specifics with me right now.
What's the action plan for helping out these businesses who are losing out right now?
So there's a lot that the question was about. What are we doing to help the businesses? Every business is in a unique situation, and that's what the Community Resource Center is for. That's what the Small Business Association people on the ground are for, to help figure out exactly what they need. If there are opportunities where we can bring them in when the trucks are not working, we're going to try to provide that, assuming that it's safe, that they have power and electric and gas into their facilities. They have insurance. They're signing up with UPS if they have other claims for damages and impacts. So we're trying to work with everyone on a case-by-case basis to help out as best we can. And different businesses are impacted differently. You heard some will be able to get back in once the road opens on Great Lane south of Don Hudson. Others are still waiting, and there's some right there in the middle of the crash site where it's going to be the longest before that area is reopened.
Do you think that it's appropriate to rebuild in that area, that we should have an industrial area at the end of that runway?
There's nothing I'm aware of at this point that would say it's not an appropriate place to rebuild. Of course, we're going to continue to rely on the FAA and other authorities for guidance on that. But this was a very tragic and unique situation, and we're not aware of any reason why we should not rebuild. All right. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Jody. Now, you guys want to come join me? We're going to move on to the other very important part of this event this morning. I know that with the weather changed, people are just starting to think about winter weather. I was talking to some of my friends on the snow team, and Flurries are in the forecast, hopefully not too much, but I want to reassure folks across the entire city that within Louisville Metro government, we've been thinking about snow and the snow team and how to get ready for snow for many, many months. Ever since the historic snowfalls of last year, we've been thinking about how we can do an even better job this year and in future years. We've been planning, collaborating, and innovating to quickly and effectively respond when winter weather arrives here in Louisville. We want to make sure that everyone can travel safely, that our emergency routes remain open, and our crews have the tools that they need to do their job safely and effectively. And the snow team, our amazing team that's here with us today, who I want to start by giving a giant round of applause for. This snow team is a great example of partnership and collaboration. We've got folks from Public Works Department of Transportation, Solid Waste Management Services, Parks and Recreation, Fleet Services, Codes and Regulations, and Emergency Services, all of whom make up our snow team. And here at Louisville Metro government, everyone on our snow team, we're closely collaborating and partnering with other important organizations that contribute. The National Weather Service, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Jefferson County Public Schools, LG&E, TARP, MSD. Taken together, we have over 200 people dedicated to our snow team to prepare for and respond when winter weather happens. We're prepared with more than 32,000 tons of salt, some of which is right behind us in this dome. We have more than 100 pieces of snow fighting equipment at Louisville Metro government, which is up from last year that we'll talk about in a minute. These crews are amazingly well trained. Our routes are ready, and we have teams in every district across the county monitoring conditions for when snow or ice are forecast so we can respond quickly and promptly. Now, we all remember the historic snowfall and winter weather from last year. And after that historic winter weather event, I brought in some consultants from the outside to give us some advice on how we can improve, how we can build and support our snow team even better. And so the consultants from DW Clonch reviewed our entire program and gave us recommendations on ways to strengthen it. And I'm proud to say with their recommendations, we've updated our snow team, we've updated our equipment, our routes, we've improved coordination and communication across our departments. We now have 8 new dump trucks that are equipped on our snow team, at least 3 new pickup trucks, bringing our total, as I mentioned, to over 100 vehicles ready to fight the snow and ice if and when it comes. We have new equipment on our snow plows, new guards, new improved plows as well that can do a better job and are going to be more sturdy for the future as well. And like we're doing all across Louisville Metro government, we're exploring new technologies that will change the way that we can do things for better. I couldn't read my writing. That was 16 new brine tanks as well that added to our total, bringing us to over 24 brine tanks that we have ready for action in this upcoming winter season. So we've learned from the past and we're ready for winter. And we want to ask the community to do their part too. When winter weather arrives, please only go out if you have to. Stay tuned for updates and to get safety updates. Slow down if you're driving and give these crews the space that they need to do their job. They can do it far more effectively when there are fewer cars on their road. And of course, check on your neighbors, family, friends when temperatures drop, particularly older Louisvillians, to make sure that they're okay. So before we get to some others on the snow team that are going to tell you about some of these things in more detail, I want to introduce my friends from Carter Elementary School. Because just like in past years, we've engaged several JCPS elementary schools who help decorate snow plows like the one behind me, the one right here that the snow team is around, that the folks from Carter did themselves. And these snow plows are going to be on the streets fighting the winter weather. And also on a fun note, they're going to be joining us next Saturday at Light Up Louisville for our Lots of Light parade. So we've got folks today from Carter Traditional. They also, the snow plows were decorated from Brandeis, from Coleridge Taylor, and from Klondike Lane. Those 4 JCPS elementary schools helped us decorate 4 plows on it as part of our snow team. So now I'm going to turn it over to my friends at Carter Elementary School.
Hi, my name is Demi, and I would like to introduce Bill Bell, Department of Transportation.
That was better than the mayor could have done, I think. Good job. Okay, thank you, Mayor. Our team has been hard at work preparing for the upcoming winter season. This year, we're making big improvements on how we fight snow and ice across the city. As the mayor said, we've added new equipment, bringing our fleet to more than 100 vehicles and the brine tanks. And so with that, we will be brining more, and our friends at KYTC, maybe they'll talk about that a little more. Plows now have new curb guards to protect mailboxes, curbs, and pavement edges. Plow blades have been upgraded to stronger carbide cutting edges, which are more durable and efficient, keeping plows on the road longer. Our staffing, Roads and Maintenance Division is nearly fully staffed. Parks and Recreation have added 18 new snow fighting employees, and we've increased dispatch coverage to improve coordination and communication during storms. This season, as I mentioned, we will brine more. Brining is a liquid mixture of salt and water that helps prevent ice from bonding to pavement before a storm hits. This upgrade allows Louisville Metro to treat more roads in advance, improving safety and reduce overall salt usage. However, it's not appropriate to brine if rain is in the forecast or if temperatures drop to a certain level. Our crews are trained throughout the fall, including a mock snow event and hands-on safety sessions, which will continue through December. Earlier this month, they treated more than 120 bridges ahead of the freezing temperatures and light snow. We've updated our snow routes and the online snow map, which can be found on the Metro Snow Removal webpage. Our snow team crews provide service to over 2,700 miles of roadway, which is divided into 111 routes. Not all streets are treated equally during a storm, though. Our snow routes are focused on roads which carry the most traffic and those critical to connecting people to large employment areas, neighborhoods, schools, medical facilities, and hospitals. You can view our snow map online now to learn which roads are included in our routes. Metro only plows and treats designated snow routes, not private or neighborhood streets. If your street isn't part of the Metro route, plan ahead. Work with neighbors or HOAs on snow and ice plans, coordinate driveway and sidewalk clearing, and like the mayor said, check on neighbors who may need help. Interstates and ramps are maintained by KYTC. We ask residents to keep the city safe by moving cars off snow routes when the snow is expected so plows can clear curb to curb. You don't want your car getting trapped by snow. Don't push snow back into the street. And clear sidewalks, storm drains, and hydrants near your home when it's safe. If you must drive, go slowly and allow extra time because even treated roads can be slick, especially on bridges and overpasses. Please give our snow plows plenty of room. They're large vehicles and sudden moves around them can be dangerous. This year, we're working to strengthen communication before, during, and after winter snow events, internally with our partners and with the media and the public. During any snow or ice event, we will share updates on our social media pages and at louisvilleky.gov/snow. And we'll do this every 4 to 6 hours. Finally, please stay weather aware, stay tuned for updates, and most importantly, stay safe this winter. And now,
Right here.
Hi, my name is Layla Walker, and I'd like to introduce Matt Bullock from Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
You pronounced my last name correctly. Thumbs up. I'm going to say a lot of the things that Bill already talked about from the state perspective, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the partnership that we've had with Metro Public Works for, I guess this is our 17th year where we've had them contracted to help us. So the KYTC does in Jefferson County the interstates only, as Bill mentions, the ramps, and Public Works for us. The snow team, other agencies do all of our surface streets that are state routes. Doing that for, like I said, since 2009. It's a great partnership. We work really well together. So, of course, it's snow and ice season, and our KYTC crews are ready to respond to winter weather. As I already mentioned, we got a touch of that, I guess, on the 10th. We were staged and ready to go, and just didn't really have to do a whole lot to keep people safe. A great deal of preparation begins, though, well before snow ever falls. And as we call our team snow fighters, and support staff have been preparing for months. Actually, as the winter weather for last season wraps up, we're already preparing for this season. So we're completing readiness checks, training, maintenance of equipment to make sure that our equipment is in top shape. We've also stocked up on our necessary materials, make sure all of our locations are full with our salt, calcium chloride, and other materials as needed. In District 5, we're responsible for 3,500 lane miles of roadway in our 8 counties. In Jefferson County, excuse me, in Jefferson County, we have 600 lane miles, so pretty much pavement to cover in Jefferson County. Our commitment to keeping roads clear and safe is at the forefront of everything that we do, especially during winter weather events. So talk about some of our stats. We have 172 contract and state trucks. So obviously we rely on a lot of contract trucks in Jefferson County because of all the, again, surface area that we have to treat with the interstates. Like, for example, Waterson Expressway is 8 lanes in most areas, so that's 1 mile is 8 lane miles. We have 72 trucks that are dedicated just solely to Jefferson County. So our mission is to keep traffic moving safely, prioritizing mobility along key state-maintained corridors through a priority route system. And to meet this goal, snow removal follows a 4-tier priority system. Obviously, we start with our interstates and parkways. I say parkways. We don't have parkways technically in Jefferson County, like Bluegrass Parkway, Western Kentucky Parkway, but those are on the same level as interstates. And then we go down to what we call A, B, and C routes. An A route would be, for example, Hurstburn Parkway, Newburgh Road, Westport Road, and so forth. This tiered system enables us to deploy our crews efficiently, keeping travel safe and accessible. We stay in close contact with our local meteorologists. I can assure you that we watch every single TV channel, meteorologists, and National Weather Service, and kind of shoot for the middle. Some of them are more conservative than others, and we're going to stay on the conservative side and send people out even if we don't think that it's necessary. So on our average, our crews can make a full pass of their snow routes in about an hour to an hour and a half. However, timing may be variable depending on factors such as the time of day, traffic volumes, road conditions, and whether we're plowing, salting, or doing both. So snowfall and precipitation rates can also affect timing as higher accumulation rates may require additional passes or slower travel speeds. there are times when the snowfall rate actually dictates how well we're going to actually be successful and how long it takes for us to do things. An example is the snowfall that we had early this year. There were snowfall rates that we did our passes in an hour, hour and a half, and they were already covered with, a couple of inches of snow. And those are the rare times, but they do happen. Our snow fighters are dedicated to keeping roadways clear and safe. If you're driving during a snow event, please remember to slow down and give snow plows the room, as already mentioned. Our plow drivers are instructed to go to slower speeds than usually what the speed limit on the roadway is. So I know that some people get very frustrated with our drivers, and I know you guys have experienced this before. People honking and swerving and cutting people off that are in trucks, but we're not supposed to go any faster than 30, 35, whether they're plowing or they're salting. If they're plowing, they don't want to throw snow, over into the other driving lanes or over an overpass. And if they're putting salt down, driving too fast, that stuff will just bounce off the roadway. So give them the space, give them the respect. Also, of course, as already mentioned, if you don't have to travel during these events, it gives our equipment more room to work and allow the materials to work as well. So for information about conditions of our roadways, where we're working and so forth, it's best to visit snowky.ky.gov. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Hi everyone, my name is Carly and today I'll be introducing Carlin Callahan from JCPS.
Thank you so much. Everyone, can we please give a round of applause to these incredible Carter Cubs who worked so hard, and all of our other schools who put in so much work. It is truly opportunities like these that our community extends to our students that can be game changers. I am sure that some of these students up here, we have future teachers, future artists, maybe a future mayor or two, some future public works employees, and in 30 years when they're standing up here running this press conference and getting everyone ready for winter weather, they'll remember these experiences that they had. So thank you all for supporting our students all the time. We are ready for winter weather here at JCPS. We have our winter weather team ready to go. We are ready with our plows, and we have a whole lot of salt. I don't know how much, but I know that we have a whole lot of salt ready to go as well. And we have our plans underway. We always make sure when we do get a winter weather event that we are plowing an entrance and an exit to all 160 plus of our buildings first. And then we go around as well. Our teams are looking for any downed power lines, downed trees, or any damage to our buildings as well. So our teams are ready to go for that. A really important message for our families. Please make sure that your schools have your updated, correct cell phone numbers and email addresses, because that's how we're going to contact you. Those are two of the ways when we do have to make any adjustments because of weather. So we will text you, we will email you, we'll put it on our website, through our push alerts on our apps, through social media, and through the local media. We'll get that information out to you as well. But that's really important that we have that updated contact information as we start getting into the winter months, so that if there's anything we need to let you know, we have all of that prepared for you. So again, thank you for your collaboration. Thank you to Metro government, to the National Weather Service, to everyone who also works with us and collaborates to make sure that we have the most up-to-date weather information so that we can make the best choices that we can when it comes to the safety of our students and our staff. Thanks, everyone.
My name's Brayden, and I would like to introduce Fire Chief Brian O'Neill.
Well, thank you, Brayden. I appreciate that. So we're getting ready for the holidays. You may see some commercials or other little news pieces about people dumping a turkey into a vat of oil. Well, I've been doing this for 25 years. I've seen a run like that one time. But I can tell you something I've done hundreds of times is regular kitchen fires. That's what we see in the holidays, are kitchen fires. So please, please, please be safe, be careful. You know who you are if you haven't fired up the kitchen in months and months, but now you're going to do it for this big holiday. Make sure that oven is clean. Make sure the stovetop is clean. Make sure you do a dry run, that everything is working properly. Please create like a no-go zone for a couple of feet around that stove and oven area for small children. Be safe, be careful. Unattended cooking. is the number one reason for cooking fire. So if you're cooking, you've got something going, stay in the kitchen, make sure you're watching it. Next up on that, we're getting into cold weather. When you get into cold weather, people want to stay warm. We highly suggest do not even mess with space heaters. However, if you do happen to have one, make sure that it is UL approved. Make sure that it is plugged directly into a socket, no extension cords, no extra little breakers for that, directly into the socket. And make sure there is nothing combustible within 3 feet of that space heater. The other one that we highly suggest is a carbon monoxide detector. Again, people will try to do anything to stay warm. If you are doing so, we ask you to please be safe and be cautious, but especially if you have a fireplace, if you have gas that's run to your house, there's always a chance of incomplete combustion. Get a carbon monoxide detector. Those are very, they're not that expensive, but carbon monoxide, it's odorless, it's colorless. You don't know when it's happening. Make sure you have that detector. So again, safe cooking, safe heating, safe breathing. Have a safe holiday. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief. That is very important, great advice. Now I've got a good excuse for why I'm not going to deep fry the turkey this year. So, but thanks so much. And one more to talk a little bit more about winter weather. We're going to bring Liz Pratt up one more time from LG&E as our final speaker today. Thank you so much, Liz, for giving us some winter weather advice from LG&E's perspective.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Mayor. And so, as we head into the holiday season, we know the beautiful fresh snow, the icicle-lined rooftops create this idyllic, picturesque winter wonderland. But we also know it's important to keep in mind that colder temperatures set in, and it can often lead to icy roads and dangerous conditions. Over the last several years in particular, we've experienced more frequent severe weather here in Louisville and across the state. So when winter weather is expected, our LG&E and KU teams are already closely monitoring the forecast. We're readying our crews and equipment, and that includes storm kits, in case we need to safely and quickly respond to impacts on our system. We have crews stationed at more than 40 crew centers across our service areas. And why that's important is because during storms, this gives us the ability to shift crews and resources as needed as part of the power restoration process. Also, our arborists and teams of from our vegetation management program are working year-round to clear power lines, to clear them of trees and branches, which are a leading cause of power outages. So throughout the year, we are investing in system enhancements and hardening projects. And that further defends against severe storms that we may experience this winter. It supports our communities, and it improves customer services. So some of the things, as I mentioned, system hardening, what that's referring to is we're installing stronger wires and poles. We are installing real-time monitoring and automated technologies to reroute power where we can, which limits the number of customers who are affected and allows us to more quickly pinpoint outage locations. As a result of these ongoing efforts, the frequency of power outages for our customers has been reduced by 40%. Similarly, the amount of time that customers are without power has been reduced by 30%. So we are seeing significant improvements. However, our efforts are continuing. We're also investing significantly into our transmission infrastructure and have rebuilt more than 100 miles of circuits and replaced about 10,000 wood poles with steel poles since 2017. These are efforts that will continue in the coming years. We've also enhanced our system design criteria so that any new facilities will be constructed to withstand a minimum of 100 mile per hour wind gusts and more ice accumulation. So as we think about what we're doing at LG&E and KU to prepare, there are also steps that we encourage our customers to take to prepare for the winter weather season. First, download our mobile app. You can access it. You can access your account from anywhere you are at any time while you're on the go. You can also report power outages and track the latest updates. It's available in the app and Google stores. And make sure you have the most current email address and cell phone number on file for your account, so that way you can receive important updates when needed. It also makes it easier to use our outage texting service. So you can report a power outage by texting outage or status to 4LGEKU. That's 454358. And you can always use our online outage map available on our website and through our mobile app at any time. Most importantly, as we head into the winter season and throughout the year, your safety and the safety of those around you are what's most important. Strong winds, snow, and ice accumulation on tree branches can weaken those branches and cause them to break and fall into power lines. If you see a downed wire, stay away. Assume it's a downed power line and report it to us immediately. You can visit all of these safety tips and information on our website, and we encourage you as we head into the winter season. We wish you all a safe and happy holiday season, and if winter weather strikes, please know our crews and hundreds of employees behind the scenes are ready to respond safely, efficiently, and as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There's a few final notes. We're going to get to questions from the media here in a second. But there's a lot more beyond just clearing the streets and that goes into supporting people during winter weather that I do want to highlight as well. And we know that there are folks around Louisville that need a safe, warm place to stay. And we're fortunate to have faith groups, nonprofits, and community organizations that want to help. And that's where Operation White Flag comes into effect during periods of extreme cold. And we'll have participating shelters that are participating in this, including Salvation Army and Wayside Christian Mission. And we're very grateful for their support, as well as the support of some day warming centers that we have as well, including Hope Rescued and Exodus Family Ministries that will operate during extreme weather. We encourage others that are available to help as well. Please reach out to us at Louisville Metro Government. You do need a permit to operate, but we are here to help you get that permit so that you can operate. We work closely with Councilman Hudson and other members of Metro Council on some new language regarding that, as well as a lot of the other collaboration you've heard about today. We want to make sure that every shelter meets proper safety standards, and that's what it's all about. So please, there's an extreme weather application online. If you are interested in helping out, you can contact our Office of Planning. And the last note, during any or snow event or cold weather event, you can always call 311 to report any issues that you have. That's an amazing way for us to get information. And finally, a couple final things. We have some exciting personnel news that goes right hand in hand with the snow team that we're talking about today and this great partnership. I want to please welcome Wes. If you want to come up real quickly, I'll just put the spotlight on you for a second. Folks might know Wes as a colleague from MSD who you've seen at this podium many times before. Wes is our new Executive Director of Public Works. And Wes, I want to welcome you to this new responsibility, new role. We're so excited to keep working with you. Wes is a native Louisvillian. He's been at MSD for nearly 20 years, and we're excited as he continues in this new role. Would I say a few words, Wes?
Absolutely. I won't hold you up here too long. So first of all, thank you all so much for the work. It's going to be hard to use these with what you all done to them. So thank you. To each of you all, I am so looking forward to working and meeting with each of you all. The job that you all do every single day is so important to the safety of our community, the economy, and to the public health and cleanliness of our community. And so I tip my hat to you all. Like I said, I look forward to working with you all and empowering you and finding ways to make your jobs easier and more productive and to build on collaboration and partnerships that I've been able to build in my career at MSD. And so really looking forward to getting started and I just want to say thank you to Mayor Greenberg and Deputy Mayor George for their confidence in me and trust in me to work with each of you all. So thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Wes, and a special thanks to Bill Bell and Shannon Logan for supporting Public Works during this transition and your continued service. We've got a great team that is ready for winter weather and so much more. One final announcement, I want to remind everyone once again to hope to join us for Light Up Louisville. That is a week from Saturday, so it's the first Saturday in December. It's 3 to 9 p.m., right smack in the heart of downtown Louisville. We're going to have an amazing Lots of Lights parade. We're going to have projection light show on Metro Hall. There are wonderful activities for families, for kids of all ages. It's free and open to the public. So we invite everyone to enjoy this weekend with your family. And the next weekend, please join us downtown for Light Up Louisville. There's a lot more information online. And finally, I just want to express my thanks. I'm thankful for so many things in life, for my amazing family, but also for this wonderful community that we're all a part of. And I'm thankful for the strength of our community coming together during challenging times, as we just saw following the UPS crash, and every day of the year to help others who were in need. I wish everyone a happy and a healthy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday with family and friends, has some time to recharge. And to conclude us here today, before we take questions, we're going to invite up Dallas and DeAndrick, first graders from Carter Elementary, who are going to tell us what they are thankful for. And I'm so excited. So Dallas, you want to lead us off? 1, 2. There we go. Oh, hold on. Let's get the microphone going.
My name is Dallas, and I'm thankful for my family. My name is DeAndre, and I'm thankful for my friends.
Well, Dallas and DeAndre, those are two wonderful things to be thankful for. Hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions from members of the media.
Mayor, what's the cost of getting a bunch of the new brine, all the new updates you guys brought?
What was the cost of all of that? Bill, do we have the cost? I know we put some money in the mid-year budget adjustment, but that's for additional things, right? Okay. Or do we have to get back to them?
Okay. Yeah, well, we have a list of all the equipment, but yeah.
Okay.
With the more staff, the increased dispatch coverage, and the updated snow routes, I mean, should we expect some more side streets to be plowed? And I'm not talking about like 20, 30 houses with an HOA. I'm talking like one of those tight, narrow streets where the houses are 10 feet apart and there's 100 people on it.
So we have added some routes to the snow map, and so that the entire new map is online that you can see. And again, we're focused on, just like you heard from KYT's C about a priority of roads, we want to make sure we get the main arteries done first, and then we start working on to other roads, you know, that have less traffic. We know that the most important road in the city is the one that you travel on. So we get that. Given the resources that we have, where we are located, the amount of winter weather that we have in typical years is how we allocate resources. And you saw last year, we can do a lot. This year, we're going to be able to do even better, and we've got more roads that we've added to the map. So we'll continue to evaluate that as well. And some people also, you know, there were complaints about certain roads that are private roads. They're not even city roads. So it depends on the type of road that it is. KYTC covers state roads, the city covers city roads, and then there are also private roads, like you mentioned, an HOA or around shopping centers, for example, that might be there as well. Roberto.
Mayor, you talked about the extreme weather shelters permit that we discussed the week last week. The Office of Planning, I think, still created a new license for the accessory use for churches and institutions. We have programs like Room In that currently don't have a permit or more ways to get one of those accessory use permits. What's the plan for that?
I don't have an answer to that question. I will follow up with you on that. We'll get with the Office of Planning. I'm jotting down a note right here, and somebody will get back with you today about their plan for the permit.
Mayor, there's been some curb work done in the Highlands area and.
There's been some what? I'm sorry, couldn't
Some
you?
curb work, some concrete that's been laid, and some, looks like some bump outs in some areas, some traffic patterns that have been changing. How's that going, and when can we expect it to be permanent or put an end to it?
Are you talking about along Bardstown Road or where?
So over in the Highlands area, kind of when you come, well, I may be mispronouncing the neighborhood, but Breckenridge coming across town, Goss Avenue, Shelby.
Okay, in the Shelby Park area as well. So we have that as one example. The question was about some road work that's being done and when can we expect it to be done. When I first became mayor, there was about $100 million of funded but not yet started road and other infrastructure projects. And there's a lot of work going on all across the city right now. We have, thanks to the team at Public Works, Department of Transportation was started for this very reason, and so many others. We now have a lot of work going on around the community. All of the teams are working to get those projects done as quickly as possible. I don't have the exact schedule on that one project. Bill and his team at the Department of Transportation can get the specific answer on that one project. But you're going to continue to see a lot of road and infrastructure improvements as our teams now get these funds invested so that we can improve our infrastructure, improve the safety, and improve our neighborhoods.
And staying with roads, one of my favorite subjects, and the transportation cabinet and the dark interstates. We've been hearing for about a year and a half that you're going to be doing some work. When are we going to see something that's concrete on the interstate lights?
Do you want to answer that, Matt?
So we have already begun some of that work with the solar project that we did out on 22nd Street and 64 and 264 and 64 interchange just south of the Sherman Bridge. We're going to do some more of that. We're calling it pilots because we have not used solar luminaires for interstate lighting previously in the past. And so that system is in place now since, I guess, almost a year now, but we are moving forward with some more locations. As you might imagine, solar luminaires are a lot more expensive than our traditional, as we call them, the Cobra head lights. So we're taking small bites of the apple, working with the mayor's office on some priority locations for where we're moving forward. But to say that we're going to get all 26 locations done at a certain time frame right now would be a little bit short-sighted.
And I'm getting questions texted to me from the TV station. The Trimark sign coming across the bridge had some incorrect information over the weekend that the bridge was going to be closed at one time and not another. Is there communication with the transportation cabinet and Trimark?
Absolutely. Trimark works for us. I don't know specifically what you were referring to as far as a miscommunication there, but we coordinate our project engineers on our projects with necessary messages on their signs.
Apparently it said closed Friday night when the transportation cabinet said it would be open for the holiday weekend.
We'll make sure to reach out to Trimark to make sure that gets corrected.
There you go.
If you want to send us something.
Who are you?
I'm Morgan, what's your name?
Okay, Morgan, okay.
Let's back up.
Mayor, in any event, is there not a timeline about the restoration of the lights on I-75 North, around Left Point Avenue on the way to 71 North?
The lights on. Again, you all are asking a lot of questions. I'm going to direct all these KYTC questions to Matt and our KYTC friends that can answer to you. The highways and the lights on the highways, those are the KYT responsibilities, and so we'll defer those questions to them.
I do have one more question regarding snow routes. I know last year there were some complaints from JCPS parents, and obviously there's neighborhood streets versus what streets you guys cover. But how much do you guys collaborate with JCPS to make sure that, I don't know, if more streets, that have JCPS students or families on, was there any collaboration from that aspect of trying to?
We definitely had conversations with Carolyn and the entire JCPS team. They have a whole team of folks that, a smaller version of our snow team, as you just heard Carolyn talk about. So we had collaboration and conversations with them about what worked, what didn't, how we can make some improvements. Last year was a historic series of winter weather events with snow and ice and snow and ice and cold weathers that made fighting that accumulation incredibly difficult. If that becomes the norm every year, then we will have to do even more. Our belief is that's not yet the norm for Louisville, Kentucky. So we think we are well prepared for this year, and the conversations that we had, the consultant that we engaged informed our decisions, the investments that we've made, and we're ready for the snow season.
So let's say you are able to get those main roads cleared out. Are you promising that you'll work your way kind of out from those main roads as long as they're covered and it's not, pouring more snow and ice on it?
We will do the routes that are on the snow map. So we don't expect under any circumstances to be doing roads that are not on the snow map. And if folks think that we've had conversations with our Metro Council to get their feedback on additional roads in their districts that may have been missed, just like we had conversations with JCPS. If people think that there are roads that should be on the snow map, we encourage them to call 311 to let us know, and we'll, of course, always consider it. This is a living document. It hadn't been touched in probably over a decade. So that's what this year's review was about. Now, every year, we're going to continue to update that if we need to make additions to the list. But folks should not expect roads to be plowed by Louisville Metro government that are not on the snow map. Any others? All right. Oh, wait, last question. Max will bring us home here. The question was about the next date for the Community Safety Commission. Yes, there is a date, time, and place. What it is, I don't have it off the top of my head. We'll get it to you, though. But it has been announced. Well, thank you all very much. Hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. And again, to everyone here on the snow team, thank you all so much. You do incredible work.